If you are a true fan of classic survival horror, it's safe to say that the modern landscape is starting to produce some very unusual but yet intriguing titles that are bringing back all of the nostalgic elements of years gone by. And I think it's safe to say that this next title that we're looking at here in this video is exactly what fans are looking for, with Echoes of the Living. While I have covered this in another video way back at the beginning of the channel, there is now a new demo that has popped up on Steam from the creator Moonglint that I genuinely think is worth a look at, which acts as a prologue to the male character Liam's story origin. While it's not as long as the early demo that we seen way back, it definitely paints a better picture as to the background of the initial story. I won't give too many spoilers away, you'll have to see it for yourself to believe it. But what's funny, with the original demo that I played way back, it definitely had classic Resident Evil 3 vibes as you were out in the cityscape, running around dark alleyways, searching for items, solving puzzles. While it's more of the same here, but I have to say, especially graphically, like, this game is stunning. Considering that this has only been developed by 2 people, the level of detail and quality here is just truly amazing. Like, if you take the more mainstream games and even recent remakes, if you look at Silent Hill 2 and so forth, while yes, excellent titles in their own right, but a lot can be said for the level of detail here, like I said, being only created by 2 people, which proves a point that you don't need to have massive teams in order to create epic masterpieces like this. Like, in all honesty, just from this demo alone proves that classic survival horror is still alive in all its glory. And if mainstream companies aren't willing to revisit this nostalgia, it is up to the sole developers in order to take care of that ideal. And to be brutally honest, from what we can see here, they're doing a fantastic job. It's got all the classic tropes of traditional survival horror that you would be familiar with games like Resident Evil, with the tank controls, fixed camera perspectives, even down to the voice acting. While it is very, very good, it tries to capture that ambience that made those original games so charming. And the one thing I will say is that even the control system in this game is down to a T. They've really refined it, and it feels very reflective of those old games that we know and love. But I can't help but feel, and it has been said in other videos that are covered from other creators that have also been playing this, there's definitely Resident Evil remake vibes from the first Resident Evil here, without doubt. Even down to the graphics, the dialogue, the captions, just the atmosphere alone, even from the beginning of the demo, screams Resident Evil remake down to a T. And as we all know, that game is quite possibly one of the greatest remakes ever made. So the fact is that this game can capture that essence, that's just incredible. It really is.
Who's there?
But like, I could talk about it all day, as I'm a massive fan of this classic style. It is my favourite type of game to play, in all fairness, it really is. But I think you really need to experience it for yourself. If you're like me and you love classic survival horror games, especially in the original format from the early Resident Evil games on the Sony PlayStation, and of that era of the 90s, I'm telling you now, you really do need to give this one a try. It's easily one of the most reflective and closest to that original style that I've seen in a long time. And I can't wait to see the finished product in this. Like, this demo alone is enough to prove what is possible, and that if mainstream developers were really willing to get off their ass and work on these projects, people would buy it and they would be quite pleased with the results. And the fact is, like I said, 2 people are just developing this game alone proves that it is possible. But again, I just highly recommend that you give it a go. See what you think for yourself. You make your own judgment call on what you think about it, but I definitely recommend it, and I'm sure you will as well. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. There will be a link below to the demo on the Steam page, as it's still now available, so get to play it now while it's still up, as it probably won't be there for long. You don't want to miss out, and I think you'll enjoy it. And if you want to see a gameplay video that I have recorded just previously of this demo, then you can check out this next video right here.